Hey guys, it's Faith and Fame with AV from your local Houston BMW Center Studios. You know, every now and then we get an opportunity to talk with some great people. I love the interviews when we have an opportunity to talk with family people who are doing great things. And we're getting ready as Peacock presents the Top Chef Family Style program that airs every Thursday. And we have two special people from H-Town who's cooking it up. I want to welcome to the show a couple of top chefs, Willie Blue and Khalil Blue, who joins me today. Father and son duo, what's going on, family?
What's happening? H-Town, what's going on?
Man, listen, I'm excited. First of all, I'm looking for the kitchen. I see y'all sitting down like, you know, y'all chilling like I'm chilling. I'm looking for some pots and pans and everything.
Oh, well, you know how Houston people get down anyway. We have to invite you over, man.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Pull it up. We can go where you want to go.
Yes, sir. I'm excited about you guys, excited about the program. I know we're going to see with the Top Chef Family Style television show some great things that you guys are doing. But I want you to kind of take a step back with me and kind of introduce yourself. I know, Willie, you like me, so you come from the Southern style background of cooking. But talk to us about how you got started, man. Was it from watching grandmother, grandfather in the kitchen, mama, aunties? How did you get started with cooking in the kitchen?
So for me, like everybody in my family cooks. Like my grandma cooks, my aunt cooks, my dad cooks. And being little, it's like, oh, I want to help out in the kitchen. I want to make the Thanksgiving food with you guys. And then I was always just so infatuated by like adding the seasonings in and then searing stuff in a pan. It always just looked and smelled so good. And I'm like, man, I can't wait to the day that I could do that. And then my parents supported it, taught me everything they know and gave me all the knowledge that they have, and then took it from there.
We was just trying to stop doing the work. That's what that was.
you trying to pass it on. I just want to pass this on
to a whole other place.
Yeah. What were some of your inspirations, especially, you know, you the father in the kitchen, you cooking? Who were some of the people who kind of inspired you, and what was it about cooking that was something that you wanted to pursue?
Hey, you know what? So, you know, I'm not a professional chef by any means. I'm actually a creative director. Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and we've been in Houston for the last 7 years now, and love the city. You know, for us, it was just growing up with family, man, and cooking with your family. And I had a special situation where when I was literally about my son's age, actually a little younger, my mother came down with an illness called polymyositis. So she went from super energetic to only being able to move 2 fingers in real life.
Wow.
You know, so she was always the one responsible for dinner and making sure we were fed and all that other stuff. And when she couldn't move, she would literally yell downstairs to me what to put into the pan.
Oh, wow.
You know, because she couldn't walk up and down the stairs. So it was like, hey, make this, do this, add this, stir this for 15 minutes, pour this much water, you know what I mean? Let me bring it to me to let me taste it. And that just, that need just kind of, you know, facilitated something. Hey, if I got to do it, put your love into it, have fun with it. And then when it came to, you know, my son, the tradition of just cooking good food, because we love to eat. I mean,
sir.
We came to Houston, man.
Sir.
You in Houston, you gonna eat.
Right.
You know, so just that thing kept going. He was about 8 when he really wanted to get in there, but he took it to a place of, you know, he wants to make everything from scratch. I'm not making pasta if I don't have to. This guy doesn't want to buy store-bought pasta, like nothing. And he took to not only the taste of it, but almost the science of it. Yeah. So every piece of it.
And that's something I want to talk about too, because you talked about that starting at 8, getting inspiration, watching YouTube videos. Of course, you said watching your family cook, but you studied food. I'm like your dad. I'm going in the kitchen. I don't cook a whole lot anyway. I'm going in the kitchen. It's gonna probably be something out the box. I'm trying to get it done and over with, but that's not how you roll. You look at it a whole different way.
Yeah, like for me, at first it's like, okay, I'm gonna cook easy stuff. I'm gonna learn how to make box foods, and then from there it's like, oh, I can really make this stuff homemade. And then I started reading a lot of cookbooks and a lot of books about food science just to really understand food. And when you take the time and step back and like take your time to cook, you like figure out the balance between everything that goes into the food, like how salt and sweet balance out, or how savory and sweet balance out. And after practice and like reading so much, it's like, oh yeah, now I want to make everything from scratch. Like if I'm making a grilled cheese, I'm making the bread, I'm making the cheese, the butter, and then we're gonna fry the grilled cheese.
Ooh, man, I haven't seen somebody make bread since my grandmother. You know, it just had a different smell to it back in the day, man.
We have to slow it down every now and then because I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, my grocery bill can't support your you know what I'm saying? But I think that the fun part about it though is he's willing to take risk. And I think, you know, his mom and I really push him, you know, as long as we're not buying racks of lamb every day.
Yes, sir.
Like, you know what, if you got an idea today, it used to be what day was Tuesday, I think it was. It has changed now, but like every Tuesday was his day to cook.
Okay.
He was responsible for on Sunday making sure we had the grocery list. He'd go in and buy it, and he just come up with stuff. And time was a hit, man.
How exciting and how juvenating it is to do this, especially as a family, because it's like you're working toward a goal. Now you have television incorporated into it, but just how exciting is this as a family? Because, you know, we live in a world now where most of our young adults or children, they just on the phone all day. So to have somebody who looks at it like a science and takes it to it, I'm sure he probably does. Have somebody look at it like a science and take it to another level, and you guys are participating together. You know, how exhilarating is that?
You know what, man? I will say first and foremost, anything that my children do, because there's 3 of them. He's the oldest. Okay. Watching them figure out their space is just a lesson, period. You know, some kids want to hoop, some kids want to play football. He wants to cook and hoop. You know what I mean? So just seeing him take whatever it is and push it is exciting for me and his mom. It's just a pure blessing, man. And then, you know, when the show situation happened, like he wasn't seeking to be on TV. He's seeking to be the best chef he can be.
Right. But
the opportunity on television and those, you know, in that arena just fed into that, you know, being on that show and being with his tribe, especially coming out of COVID where we hadn't been around people for a year. As a parent, like I'm almost in tears every night watching that because I was watching him in the kitchen with 12 other young people who get down. And I'm not, you know, this ain't me being nice. We talking about 13 total young people that go. To see that is just, you know, it was just a blessing, you know. And then to take it a little further, you know, we were on set for quite some time doing all this. And during that time, it was me and him, father and son. My oldest child getting ready, you know, at the time he was getting ready to go to high school. And in whose life, does he ever get to be a man and his son? Really just being able to commune. And then in that space, you know, there's always this deference and respect as a parent, but we were peers in that kitchen. I followed his lead. That was the boss in there. You know what I mean? So to one, have him have the ability for me to follow him as a man. Man, listen, I could talk all day about it.
What was that like for you, Willie? Because you were in charge. You get to kind of, you know, not like bossing Dad around, but you leading Dad now.
Yeah, it was totally different. Like when I first signed up for the show, I didn't know that my dad was gonna be with me. Like I didn't know I was gonna get to be my partner. And then it's like, okay, we're doing this new show, Top Chef Family Style, where it's gonna be a duo and you get to pick a family member. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick my dad. And it was like a complete different thing because I'm used to cooking by myself. Like when I'm making dinner, I'm usually cooking by myself. And just being able to go on Top Chef and cook like with my dad, and as he said, be on set all those days, like me and him, and just bond, because of course I have 2 other siblings and my mom. So it's not like we have this real intimate time together all the time. So it was like from sun up to sundown, I was with him all day. So being able to bond like that was an amazing experience.
I love it. And talk about this. What did you take from the show? I know when you're in the room with 12 of your other peers and everybody's coming in with their own style, like you said, the science of cooking and everybody has their own special, unique. What were some of the things that you took away from being a part of the Top Chef Family Style program?
Yeah, some things I took away from it was, one, always taste because it's savory. So taste everything, but then also to slow down in the kitchen. Like even though there's a clock and we're timed on what we're doing, you always have to slow down and take a step back, because rushing, you'll end up missing a whole step and it'll mess everything up. And like being there with 12 other people that like love to do what I like to do and that are my age, because none of my friends cook, you know, they burn eggs and stuff. So for me to like be around people that have the same passion that I have and like the same craft that I do was an amazing experience. And we all just got to learn off of each other, and all of our knowledge was like bouncing off of each other.
Yeah. I love it. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 14 years old.
Wow, 14. You carry yourself older, actually. Yeah, 14. I'm trying to think that, what was I doing at 14? I was nowhere near a kitchen. I know that. Only time I was in the, let me tell you, Willie, the only time I was in the kitchen, breakfast when mama made it, lunch when mama made it, and dinner when mama made it. And if I was sneaking in the kitchen at night to get a snack.
All right, well, you got an invitation to our kitchen.
Yeah.
I'll put the boss in there and let him take it.
What would you say are probably your top 3 favorite meals to make?
My top 3 favorite meals to make, that's a hard one. I love everything.
Come on now, come on. I know you love. Come on.
Probably like lamb chops with mashed potatoes and asparagus.
Yeah.
Or homemade lasagna with like garlic bread. And then the third one, oh, that's really hard. That's really hard. I'm gonna have to say probably like Alfredo. Like that's one of my favorites.
You make a mean steak too. We had steak. What's the day?
Yeah.
We had steak yesterday for dinner.
Oh man. Hey, listen. Invite me over on steak night. I'm coming. I'm for real. I'm coming. And listen, I need to hire you when I'm having a date night so we can make it look like I'm in here tearing up the kitchen.
He has done that.
Yeah. Because I always think, now, how do you make asparagus come out right? Where it's not too soft and soggy as some people do, where it's not overly cooked or hard. You know, what's the secret behind just getting the asparagus just right?
I'll say the secret is blanching it and then cooking it. So get some boiling water, drop the asparagus in there for no more than like 30 seconds, pull it out, grab a hot pan, like a really hot pan, drop the asparagus in there for no more than a minute. It's a really quick cook. And if you let it stay in there too long, you can get like mushy, but you don't let it sit in there for like 10 seconds and then it's still like hard as a rock when you try to eat it.
Yeah, because I'd be like, man, that's one thing I can't master. I'm trying to master. Maybe it's because I'm trying to cook it too long. Yeah, I'm over the top. And steak too. You know, Pops mentioned about steak. You know, we want that thing tender. I like a steak well done. You know, are you mostly the well done, or what are you when it comes to it? Because I just grew up like that. Well done steak.
We all did though, right?
Yeah.
Or at least everybody, me and your generation grew up like that.
Yeah.
Gotta learn past that. There are reasons we did that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, medium to medium rare, that's the soft spot right there. Like, I'm not really a rare type of guy, and I'm definitely not a well done type of guy. But once you have a medium steak or a medium rare steak, you'll never go back.
Yeah. What about, do you as far as like bacon, do you bake a lot? A lot of cake, pie, stuff like that?
Baking, I'm trying to get a lot better at. Like,
okay.
I am not a baker. I'll set that. Like,
okay.
Do I bake things? Yes, and I've definitely gotten better over the years. But baking probably comes second to cooking for me. Like, I feel like baking is so technical. Like, you gotta follow a recipe, make sure you don't add too much of this and too much of this. But like cooking, it's like, oh, I'm gonna add a whole handful of this and I'm gonna add a pinch of this. I think I like the freedom of cooking more, but the technicalities of baking is really nice to me. And then it's very like satisfying to see a perfectly baked dessert after you finished it and like knowing that it went right. Yeah.
Now, Pops, I know you got your top 3 favorite as well. You know, I know you say you're not a top chef, but I know you can get down yourself. I know it's a barbecue pit near you somewhere. Come on, give up the secrets now. Don't sit over there and look like you don't do much. Come on.
So one thing I'll say is, whether Detroit or Houston, you're gonna have a barbecue pit between the two, right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
I don't keep any tool, I keep a pit. So yes, I think I get down with some mean ribs. I'm pretty good. Now there's a slight difference. I actually had a debate with some family members of mine who are born and raised here.
Okay.
Houston, y'all do the smoked meat thing.
Yeah.
In Michigan, we do more what I call grilled meat.
Okay.
So
explain.
It's straight over the coals.
Okay.
As opposed to sitting off to the side, letting the smoke do all the cooking. So I'm a more straight over the coals kind of guy. I want that charred effect, and then we can add a little smoke to it after that. But I'd say my ribs go hard. What else? I don't know.
Come on, man.
I'm pretty good with a steak too. That's one of my favorite proteins. And then after that, it's about just having fun. I'm an experimenter in the kitchen. You know, we'll do fried lobster and sweet potato fries with some, you know, Cajun garlic butter or something, or I don't know, stuffed salmon, just anything, man. I like to play with stuff. And then, you know, being here now for 7 years and learning so much more about Cajun flavors and stuff that, you know, up north we didn't necessarily do. I didn't know about boudin for years.
Oh, for real? Wow.
Listen, but once you have boudin, man, you can't go back.
No, you can't go back.
So just being able to pull in all those flavors and really just play around with stuff is where I'm at. Yeah.
So I'm assuming as we move forward in the future, you know, I know the success of being on television and seeing, you know, how you spoke earlier, Dad, about purpose and how, you know, God is opening doors. You guys are blessed to be able to do this. Am I seeing like cookbooks? Am I seeing, you know, more YouTube stuff coming down the line? Is this a part of an enterprise is what I'm trying to say with the father and son?
I'm going to I'll let him answer that. I'll just say this. Everything that you just said is all in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely do want to publish some cookbooks. I want to start doing some pop-up restaurants and like posting more videos on social media of like recipes and things like that. And when I get older, I definitely want to have some restaurants.
Yeah.
And restaurants with an S, plural.
Yes, I'm with it. With it. I think, Dad, because a lot of times, you know, in school, this is what I miss about probably when we were growing up in school is when we kind of, because I knew for me, like at 13, with 12 going into 13, I wanted to do radio. I know I wanted to be, you know, do television. I knew that, but I didn't have the school that I went to at the time was not shaping me for that.
Right.
I think we need more in our educational system, especially 14. He knows what he wants to do. You know, we should be able to help him to develop and grow, you know, with the culinary, with his entrepreneurship. We should have those things in place in our education system that would help our kids to grow. And I think kids would be more excited. I just look at his face and see the excitement and the passion when he talks about cooking and food. And I'm like, this is what we have to feed into.
I completely agree with you. I will say, you know, we were in the car actually yesterday, and my son just looked over at me and he said, "Thanks, Dad." I'm like, "Thanks for what? What are you talking about?" He said, "You and Mom told me I could do anything," and I actually believe it. So I think first and foremost, we as parents need to make sure that we are telling our kids they can do anything, but we got to believe it. Like, I genuinely believe that when I say it to them. Yeah. So we have to believe it first, and even if it's not in your, you know, your day-to-day school education system, kids have access to stuff that we never had. Between TikTok, YouTube University is real.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I would encourage not just young people, anybody. You know, it might be you in your career now, you want to do a career change or add on to your current skill set. Use the resources that we have. I tell both my sons and my daughter, I'm like, listen, if y'all can go on the internet and find out when the new Jordan's coming out or when the new game's dropping, you can find out anything.
Yep.
They know about colorways and stuff before Jordan even decided what to do. You know what I mean? In theory, right? So it's really about take advantage of what you have and what you have around you. Anybody who wants to cook out here, if there's a restaurant that you like, go in that restaurant and ask to speak to the chef.
Yes.
Just ask. If you want to be in radio, go up to the station. Stop sending emails. Go up to the station and ask to hang out with you. You know, ask, hey, listen, everybody wants to help somebody, right? And leave something. And even if you didn't have time to, I'm sure you would say, you know what, I can't help you, but I got somebody who I've mentored who wants to mentor somebody. Yeah. Let's make connections, man, and really push our young people to do it.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, when I got into broadcasting, I volunteered like 7 hours a day. I would go to my job after I volunteered at the station because I knew what I wanted to do. And so I went, and thank God that there was somebody in place who, like you said, took the time out to be able to help to mentor me, because it spoke not only to my present, but it spoke to the future of what I would become. And so we need, like you said, people who would invest into the lives of young people or anybody who just has the passion. So, man, I'm so excited for y'all. Every Thursday, Peacock's Top Chef Family Style program, you can see Willie and you can see Khalil on television and see what they're cooking up in the kitchen. They already promised me I'm coming to the house, so I'm looking forward to that. I might show up every week. I'm here.
Let's go, baby.
We're waiting on you.
Yeah, and we got it when we open up the station fully, man. You guys definitely got to come up to the station, and we gotta get something going. Maybe get something recorded and do something live at the station where we can hang out with you guys and put it to work. But how can everybody keep up with you guys? Social media, as you said, Dad. We need everybody to be able to follow you guys. I know you probably got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that other stuff. How can they keep up with you guys?
Where you at?
For me, on Instagram and TikTok, it's chef_K Blue. So you can catch me on both platforms.
You can catch me on Instagram at TBlue3. That's TEEBLUE and the number 3.
I love it. Hey, man, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed this. And next time when we do this, you got to be in the kitchen. We got to get this. Yeah, I want you to pull out some pans. I want you to demonstrate. Because you said you measure salt to whatever, pepper, sugar intake. And I'm listen, Willie, I'm doing like this. I'm just, I'm probably doing too much. I'm shaking it all over the meat. I'm just like this. So you got to tell me how to do it right.
You just got to think about what you're looking for at the end, man. Think about what you want at the end and then work your way into it. And the key ingredient, our biggest ingredient is love. And I mean that. Yeah. If you put love into it, I don't care what you make it, it'll taste so much better because you can taste when people love stuff.
Yeah, man.
You can taste that, man. It's a real ingredient. We try to use it every day.
I'm gonna have to bring y'all some of that home style Louisiana boudin to the house too. My uncle travels out of town a lot. We're from Opelousas, my dad's side of the family, so he travels a lot to get the real boudin and bring it back to me. So I'm gonna have to hook y'all up with something.
Hey, let's sit down and feast. I'll never turn down some boudin.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Love y'all. Appreciate you joining me today.
Much respect, man. Appreciate you.